All praises to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh. Today's class, man, I want to touch on this subject matter. Black pastors are the enemy to the black neighborhoods. When you ride through our neighborhoods, you see nothing but churches. But you see no function of the ministry doing anything for their neighborhood. Nothing. But when they get a chance to cheese in front of Esau's face, it's what they do. And I just don't understand how our people as a nation continue to go into these churches. So I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with wicked Israelites. One of them, G-Dash. I'm not going to go into him. I'm going to be cutting him up later. You got other wicked Israelite men, G-Man. These are enemies to our nation. A lot of them ain't teaching things that we need to know. They're too busy trying to attack each other. And that's not what the Most High is setting up Israel for. So I want to deal with this tonight. Give me Luke 6 and 24. We're going to start at Luke 6 and 24. These pastors, man, they nothing but the scribes, Pharisees, and Sadducees today, man. They was the enemy back then, and they the enemy today. Read that out. The book of St. Luke, chapter 6, verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, because they think they sitting up in the White House. They got nice cars. They living in better homes than their congregation. A lot of their congregation catching a bus or looking for a ride to try to even get there. And they do not do anything for their congregation. If a member comes and that member has been in there faithfully and go to their church, got a call from a guy today telling me the same thing. Pastor was calling the police on him. So these ministers, they desire to be rich like TD Snakes. Sell out to their own neighborhoods. Read on. For ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. See, because they eating good right now. A lot of them taking that money that they get on every Sunday and going giving it right back to the enemy. And a lot of them, they eat good. They full, man. But the Most High say, they shall be hungry soon. Read on. Woe unto you that laugh now. See, it's a destruction to these wicked pastors, man. You know, I'm not here to attack Israel. I'm here to build Israel. But I'm here to attack the enemy that is destroying our nation. It say what? Woe unto you that laugh now. See, they laugh now when they hear about the Hebrew Israelites. They laugh at us because right now they know they got the devil behind them. Read on. For ye shall mourn and weep. See, they're going to be the ones mourning and weep. I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to want to be called a pastor out there in the world once these Israelites wake up, man. They've been understanding, yeah, they've been robbed. They've been robbed by these ministers, man. They ain't going to have no place to hide. You know, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. See, because the enemy speaks well of them. The congregation speak well of them. They speak highly of my pastor, my pastor. Your pastor is the devil. Because he ain't teaching you anything about keeping God's commandments and keep teaching you about having a relationship with the power. Read on. For so did their fathers to the false prophets. See, so did their fathers to the same false prophets here today, man. Their job is to keep the nation weak. Let's get on started on this video. Trump. See, you see where these stepping fetchings at, man? Look at him. You see the sister right there? She all smiles. She couldn't be no happy than to be sitting up beside the devil himself. Play on.
Underscore the crucial importance of faith in fostering strong families and communities.
You hear this, devil?
And I just want to again thank you all for being here, and you're very special people.
You hear this, devil?
You know that, but you're very special people. You're admired by everybody in this country.
Watch the
Because they're
time.
not believers. Most of them admire what you've done. But maybe we'll make them believers, right?
See how they
I'd like to ask John Gray if we might, if you could just start off with.
watch the time.
Thank you, John.
God,
Pause it.
thank you.
See, it's right there. Say, woe unto you that laugh now. See, they laughing, ain't they? Woe unto you when man shall speak well of you. This Bible prophecies, man, happen right in your face. These sambal coons, they be hollering, why you doing all that calling? Yeah, I'm calling them names. Christ called them names. See, everybody want to soften up everything. That's the problem with our nation. Very effeminate. I can't stand effeminates because that's what everybody want to dummy this stuff down to. And I'm going to go ahead, play a little bit more of that video.
God, we thank you for an opportunity to speak about the
You
hearts
hear
of
this,
those
man?
who sometimes cannot fight for themselves.
Pause it. Give me Matthew 5, 6, and 5, man. These ministers don't have no understanding of the Bible. Read that right quick, God. The book of St. Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are. See, they hypocrites, man. See, every pastor that's got a church and they're teaching on Sunday, they're a hypocrite. They hate their own nation because when the Israelites tried to go and take the information to them, they reject them because they want to be just like these sambal coons around their enemy, man. They're more happy around their enemy. Read on. For they love to pray standing in the synagogue. See, right now they're in the synagogue of Satan, the chief, the so-called white man. Read. And in the corners of the street. They'll even do it out there in the corners of the street. Read. That they may be seen of men. They want to be seen of men. See, if he's a minister of God, he should know how to pray. But read on. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. They have their reward. Right now, they eating well right now. They laughing and they being spoken well of. They having a good time. Everything is good in the pastor neighborhoods because they don't stay in their hoods. Read on. But thou, when thou prayest, now he's giving you instruction. Read. Enter into thy closet. Read on. And when thou hast shut thy door. See, now we want to be sitting up in front of the president, the so-called president. They want to be standing in front of a man that speaks evil of their nation. These are the 2/3. Read. Pray to thy Father, which is in secret. It say pray to him in secret, not out there being a sambal coon for the so-called white man. I heard T.D. Snakes breaking down 2 Chronicles 7 and 14. If my people. How is you out there? Let me tell you something about that dude, man. That's one wicked dude, man. The higher they are, the wicked they get down. Read on. And thy Father, which seeth in secret, shall reward thee openly. Read on. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do. So he's learning of his enemy, their customs. That's why you see them doing what they do. Everything we have learned here is from our enemies. A lot of people, they still battling with that, what they have been taught from their enemies. We have to shake everything off that we've been taught by our enemies and become Israelites. Read on. For they think that they should be heard for their much speaking. See, they thinking they're going to be heard. Most High ain't even dealing with them. But read on. Be ye not therefore like unto them. He say, be ye therefore not like unto them. Don't emulate the wickedness of these pastors, man. Don't be like them. And you see that when you see people out there in the streets, they emulate the pastor. Because he's chief cornerstones in the neighborhood. What do you see? The biggest houses in the neighborhoods are what? The churches. Why are the churches in brick in the house in the Israelite house in straw? That's what's going on. Why haven't they took any of that money that they get these pastors and brought up the neighborhoods? Why haven't they did anything for their society, their people, their nation? Because they're wicked men. Read on.
For your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him.
He have an understanding. Give me John 9:31. So a lot of times when I hear people hollering, pray for me, I be like, who they praying to? What they praying for? And why are they praying? Because ain't nobody hearing their prayer. It clearly states it in the Bible. Read out
the book of St. John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
So how does he even hear? Who are you going to pray for you? Your pastor? He don't even hear your pastor. Your pastor is a sinner, and he's teaching the congregation how to sin. That's why they have a 501c3. They're a government-ran program. They get tax breaks for destroying their own people. Read on.
But if any man be a worshiper of God,
anybody following his laws, statutes, and commandments, read,
and doeth his will, him he heareth.
Him he heareth. He do not hear your lying pastor. I know it's hard because we've been taught to love pastor. Pastor's the devil, man. Pastor's Satan too. Anybody against his truth is the Antichrist. And we got to stop looking at them. Oh, they don't know. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these pastors know. I've talked to several members that told me they pastor knew. They say they just can't teach this because they'll lose their congregation. They're more worried about their dollar. Let's go back to the video.
Thank you for this moment to be able to share our hearts with the president.
Sister Head uncovered.
Dr. King said,
Pastor Head, Paul, he quoted Dr. King.
Not see today. So we pray that this conversation will be fruitful and productive and honoring of the best traditions of this nation. We further pray that you will continue to give wisdom and insight.
You hear this, man? They doing all that praying for nothing. Let's get this sister. 1 Corinthians 11:5. See, they're like, you bashing the people. No, I'm attacking the lies. That's the problem with our nation. They don't want you to attack the lies because they good unified in lies. As long as they're living a lie, they good. But one day, they're going to wake up. And they're going to know that the Israelites are the true people. Just like you got that false shooting at the synagogue of Satan. I will be dealing with y'all, so y'all get ready to turn the power off in the neighborhood because I got a lot of information to bring. Read that out.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
So simple things, man. They can't follow simple instruction. So the blind is leading the blind. Read on.
For that is even all one as if she were shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered.
So she should have her head covered when she's praying. So she's sitting up in there in sin. She don't care. She don't care about her people. They don't care. I heard somebody contact me about debating Pastor Geno Jennings. Tell him to send him on. I haven't had lunch in a while. Send Pastor Jennings on his way, man, so I can send him on by his way. Send any of them. We have our phone number out there. Tell your pastor we'll come deal with it. He's not going to like the blows we throw. They're going to be the most high blows. Give me Leviticus 21:5. Then let's deal with the dude sitting over there praying. See, all of this is just a little milk, man. And his head was cleaner than a whistle on it. He got all that oil on there shining like new money. Read that right quick. The book of Leviticus, chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head. They let you know these people are ignorant up there representing us, man. Up there speaking for the nation, knowing that the so-called white man gives a break about us, man. And they up there crooning. And then you see all this blackface stuff going on there, man. Esau stirring up the spirits. I don't mind. Because let me tell you something. No matter how much he throw it our way, some of these Negroes just can't help themselves for being a coon. Some of them can't help themselves for skinning and grinning because they want to hang out with Master. So they say, they shall not make baldness upon their head. His head over there shining like a new silver dollar. Read on. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard. You got these men that's going to be sitting at this table with no beard up there with Fu Manchu looking like the enemy. Read. Nor make any cuttings in their flesh. Some of them probably got fresh tattoos up in there, man. Give me 2 Maccabees 1 and 24. 2 Maccabees 1 and 24. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. I'm on the attack mode. Anything I see out there, I'm bringing it to the understanding of the nation, man. Read that the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 24. And the prayer was after this manner. O Lord, Lord God, creator of all things, who are fearful and strong and righteous and merciful, and the only and gracious King. Read on. The only giver of all things, the only just, almighty, and everlasting. Thou that deliverest Israel. Hold up, see, they're not going to put that in their prayer, man. See, because they've been taught that everybody's going to be delivered. Only Israel is. Read on. Thou that deliverest Israel from all trouble. See, they ain't going in there speaking about delivering us from our troubles, man. They're going in there to be sellouts. Yeah, your pastor is a sellout. So your dad is a sellout if he was a pastor. Cool. Pastor Sambal. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. I think some of these pastors, they see the Israelites, man. When they see us, they get back in their Cadillac and go to the next store, to the next restaurant, or wherever they at. They don't want to deal with us. Because I'm going to show y'all this weekend, a lot of these entertainers know we Israelites, man. And a lot of these pastors know we Israelites. They just stuck on that dollar. And that dollar's worthless. This is a game of Monopoly. And we've been the ones been played on for centuries. Read on. And didst choose the fathers and sanctify them. Read. Receive the sacrifice for thy whole people Israel. See, read on. And preserve thine own portion and sanctify it. Read. Gather those together that are scattered from us. Deliver them that serve among the heathen. It say deliver us, man, that are right here serving amongst the heathens. The slick, greased up head, man, ain't speaking on nothing about our nation. They in there to show love to their enemy, man. They can send me an invitation. What you want me? Because I'm coming in there spitting flame. Y'all better have the fire department in there when I get there. Because I'm coming in there speaking strong for our nation. I'm not coming in here to negotiate. Read on. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred. See, they ain't speaking none of this. Read. And let the heathen know that thou art our God. See, we going to let them heathens know, man, when we go up in there. We're not here to negotiate, Esau. We're here to tell you like it to our ears. That's right. Read on. Punish them that oppress us. See, they not saying none of this. They in there to negotiate to keep us on bottom for another 400 years. Read on. And with pride, do us wrong. See, and with pride, do us wrong. See, when these pastors, they don't speak for Israel. They are your scribes, Sadducees, Pharisees. They are them. They have made a covenant with the heathens. They are a sellout to their nation. They are an abomination to their God because they speak not for the nation. Let's get some more on that video, man. We're going to find out how they love Massa, man. Play on.
Back to our president and his
Our president, man.
to be what our nation needs.
You hear this cool, man?
This country from the inside out. That we will continue to be a beacon of hope and light around this world. Bless his family, bless his health, and everything that he puts his hands to do.
I'd have been dropped dead in his work opinion. I'm not praying for him.
Amen.
Amen.
See the sister? Look at her, boy. She just as happy as she can be.
We'll keep going around the room and we'll start from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I just say a couple of words.
I'm
Keep the
so
time.
blessed and honored to
She said, what? Keep playing.
be able to pray right here in the White House.
Keep going to 21. I was on 4, my bad. See, she just loving her master, man. Wow. Jeremiah 23:13, man. See, they can run up there to the White House. I'm going to show you something about the White House today, too. Just some sellouts, man. Read that, man. 22:13. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 22, verse 13. Woe unto him that builded his house by unrighteousness. How did they build the White House? Did they hire us? Did they pay us? She up in there laughing and we built that house, man. She up in there laughing. These sambal coons up in there laughing and having a good time. And many of their nation lost their lives out there, being half-fed and everything, man. Boy, you can tell we Israelites, man, very soft in the middle. Read on. And his chambers by wrong. Read. That useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. They ain't give us a dime for building the White House, man. And they sitting up in there having a whole good time, man. See, these Negroes, they don't speak for Israel. Only the Israelites. Understand that. We are speaking for our nation. I would personally not go on CNN and be giggling with the enemy. They'll be like, go to commercial. Get this nigga out of here, man. Because he ain't got no mercy for us. Because they had none for us. Habakkuk 2:12. Let's get more. See, they can love the enemy. I have no love for the enemy. And they always love that Christ and love our enemy. And it's talking about your own nation. See, you have no understanding of the scriptures. That's the problem with us. Every doctrine that they have taught them, that was prepared for this day. That's why you see our people so destroyed. Read out the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe unto him that buildeth a town with blood. How did they build America? With blood. With blood, man. Bloodshed. That's how they built America. Out the blood of the Native American and the Israelites. They built this city with blood. Matter of fact, give me Numbers 35:33. Let's see what the consequences is. See, we thinking Esau gonna get a pass. Some of them just don't know. It's gonna be murder. He got murder on his hands. Read that out. The book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. So the Bible has straight understanding. That blood defiles the land. But read on. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein. It can never be cleansed by the blood that was shed therein. But read on. But by the blood. When y'all see them, I'm just telling y'all the truth. Put your head down, man.
There's been an lot.
And this is sad that they run around here calling themselves ministers of God when they pastors of deceit.
it behooves me, man. That,
All right, back in.
now we're back in, Esau. I said you're gonna cut us off, man. That's the Sabbath, man. Can you wait? Can you wait, man? Golly. Because I'm gonna be hitting them Jews, boy, like Tyson. First round knockouts, 100. You know the second round might be 2. That's when your body get good. But let's get back here, man. Let's get back to Habakkuk 2 and 12. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe unto him that buildeth a town with blood. So we understand, he that buildeth the town with blood, his blood gonna have to be shed. See, they thinking it's just a game. Esau, just blow them a kiss, they get by, they can repent. No, they have a warrant out for their arrest. Read on. Establishing a city by iniquity. In America, it's set up on lie, sin. This whole thing is all about lies, man. I also got another class, Esau. The 13 colonies. You know I know the truth now. You didn't come over here and establish the 13 colonies. All you do is lie. I will be exposing your lies soon, Esau. Give me that video right quick, John Adams. Let's see. These sambals up in the White House. Let's see what our peoples had to do. Now I know the truth now. You lost your mojo up? So they out there clearing the land, man. See, some of y'all, they out there working like we were. Some of y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Tell them about that Zadok. Hard working. We out there just like them, man. To clear that land. We understand what it takes. For them, we only out there on Sunday. For them to be out there every day in the cold. Half dressed, half fed. And you got these sambal coons that go in there and sit down and laugh with their enemies. See, John Adams was the president from 1779 to 1801. So they hollered, other people came over here and built the White House. No, it was Israelites built that double house.
Mr. President.
Watch what he called the brothers.
Mrs. Adams.
They act like they bashful.
The Negroes will see Chief Trunks.
See, he really tell them.
You boy.
Call him a toy. See, that's how some of them still act, man, like boys.
Mr. President.
The deplorable condition. Our nations went in there and built this house, and they sitting up in there laughing with their enemy, man. I didn't see no foreigners out there. Look at the sister. Did you see one out there with their pants on? All people got to do is take simple steps, man, and learn that this is true.
The fires help the plaster dry more quickly, Mrs. Adams.
They're in there in a smoky house, man, and they're working.
It will soon be ready, sir.
So you got these fake Israelites like G-Dash out here, man. I call their names. Like, all he sit up and do is attack his own people. Why don't he attack the enemy? See, these weak Negroes, man, they get on my nerve. G-Man,
very effeminate.
Possible good can come from such a place.
See? We built this house, man. Zechariah 2 and 6. Nobody holler out for the Israelites but the Israelites. We can't depend on these Uncle Toms, man. We can't depend on these sambals that been calling themselves ministers. Our neighborhoods have gotten worse and worse and worse. That's sad. Read that out, the book of Zechariah, chapter 2 and verse 6. Oh, come forth and flee from the land of the north, America. Read, saith the Lord. Say, come out of her ways, man. Read. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Read on. Deliver thyself. He's saying, deliver yourself, man. Because everybody that ain't getting their spirit right with these commandments, they gonna die here. And it's justice, man, for being wicked and want to live like this. To see your society suffering and nothing be said about it. Them same fake bagel nose, hook nose Jews over there that they said got shot. They doing all kind of things, having silence at the games and lowering the flags half step. What did they do when the people at the black church got shot? Not nothing. They already got a GoFundMe. They already done raised $500,000 for them. They own everything. And you got Negroes that want to speak out for that. But where was the black pastors when that boy went in that church? Where was they at? They like to run to their enemies, man. They in love with the devil. Read. O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. America, man. Read on. For thus said the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. See, they spoiled, man. You see them sitting up in there, man. They just happy as they want to be up in that house where all the people died to build. Read on. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. See, once you awaken, Esau know not to come near you. Read. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them. He said he's going to shake his hand upon them, man. Read. And they shall be a spoil to their servants. They're going to be a spoil. Read on. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. He's going to come in here to deal with these wicked Edomites, man. These other nations that are oppressing our nation. I never see these. After all this stuff happened with our sisters fighting with them people in them nail salons, when have a pastor stood up and said, we're going to go out there and pick it up? These pastors are soft in the middle, man. Very effeminate. Hate nobody but their own race. Only thing they want you to do is come in there and give that money. And let me tell you something. I heard that some of them, even on Easter, was charged $10 to get in because they know that's the time that our people like to come to church. It's a game to them, man. But our people going to continue pumping that money in them. Let's go back to Trump some more. See, look at her, man. Play on.
And the most recent thing I noticed that you've done so many things that were great. Everybody expects me to talk about the lives and the babies, and I could do that. But you opening up the steel mills.
Positive, man.
Across the street.
How many brothers might get a job in the steel mill? Maybe one. It just show you how they like to gloat in front of the enemy. Don't play it, man. This makes me sick.
Pastors in front of a steel mill in Birmingham. That's when they were bombing us and everything.
You hear what this demon just said, man?
So they could go to church, they could get ties, they had pretty dresses to wear on Sunday, and they weren't holy. So you said you were going to reopen those steel mills.
They're opening.
I'll leave it at that. I won't take too much
I know you won't shut your mouth.
The dumping is stopping and the steel mills are opening.
Yes.
United States Steel just announced another 2 plants. They're up to 8. Nucor just yesterday opening a big one, a brand new one, $250 million in Florida. The steel mill.
You know what she said, Dr. King? Dr. King was the devil himself too.
We did it for a lot of reasons. We can't let that happen. They were ready to be gone. It was ready to be extinct. We had to get our steel from other countries. We can't do that.
Look at them, man. They just sitting around there just happy. Look at
Really
them.
open. It's an incredible story.
Well, Christ came here and told her to get up, leave out of there. She'll get to argue with him. He'll snap her neck in 8 places. So she would deserve it. Look at the president.
The power of Jesus that had worked in my life. Since that day, I echo this in that the work that's being done in the reentry community as a result of prison reform. There are a lot of employers out there right now that are willing to hire people who are coming home from the prison system. One of the things that we've learned is that employers are not willing to hire people. They're not willing to hire people.
What state he from?
And because of these issues,
What country he from?
able to help them to be tremendous assets to the employers and not liabilities, then they're hiring them all day long. So we just thank you for the direction that
You heard this, man.
the country is going.
Bow down and lick his butt, man.
As a partnership with law enforcement of
What the time?
Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has given us over 60 men and women from the police department that are serving as mentors.
You hear this,
for
man.
People coming home from the prison system, and I think that
Police are oppressing our people too, even the black ones, man.
country's going in, so I thank you.
Where they at? Why they don't stay in their neighborhoods?
Very much. And, it's something that should have been done a long time ago, prison reform. And Paula and Jared, I want to really thank you for the job you've done. It's really incredible. But a lot of people are saying, you mean it's the Trump administration that's doing this? You understand. You don't believe it. But we're really making a tremendous amount of progress, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. Thank you, gentlemen.
Next cool. Positive, man. That's what's going on, man. Give me first Maccabees, man, 8:27. This is sad, man. These are the people that people put on pedestals in our neighborhoods, man. These are the demons that our big mama loves. These are the sellouts that our nation loves. Pastor is the devil. Your pastor is the devil. Read that out. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 27. In the same manner also, if war come first upon the nation of the Jews, read, the Romans shall help them with all their heart. Read on. According as the time shall be appointed them, neither shall victuals be given to them that take part against them, or weapons, or money, or ships, as it hath seemed good to the Romans. But they shall keep their covenant. See, that's the thing with our peoples, man. If we ever try to rise up against them, a part of them gonna keep their covenant with Esau. Read. And that without deceit. According to these articles, did the Romans make a covenant with the people of the Jews. It's the same covenant today. That covenant is that we will not rise up against them. See, the church job is to teach us to forgive the white peoples for all the atrocities that they are doing to us. He ain't talking about prison reform, but who they mass incarcerate? Us. So what the hell is he talking about? Who get pulled over the most? Stop, frisk. Who is all this happening to? The other nation or just us? See, these are the same Israelites that have made a covenant with them. It's their children. Why you think you got all them homosexuals and that Alpha Kappa, whatever that garbage is? The black boule, the black Congress, all of your black politicians, they all the same sellouts, man. They all do the same thing. They care nothing about their nation. As long as they can grease they stinky pig hands, they okay. They don't care about nothing. The children, the school, the deplorable school conditions. Where are the pastors on that, man? Where's the Black Police Association? The Black Firefighter Association? Where they at? Where are any of these coons that think they make $1? Where they at? They're not to be found. Only the Israelites are willing to stand up for their nation. This is the problem. Give me back to Trump. Look at the next sambal.
This is from the city of Chicago, from the community of Humboldt Park, New Life Covenant Church. First of all, let me just say thank you for your boldness. Thank you for taking a stand for those that are disenfranchised.
You hear this demon man?
And I want to say that in the city of Chicago, there are so many pockets that's not talked about revitalization. And I know this is something in your heart of rebuilding communities. And
What neighborhood he stay in that they rebuilding?
To revitalize the city of Chicago.
Right there. See, man, this is what we have speaking for us, man. That's why this nation will never rise as long as you got these sellouts speaking for us. We would never get a part of the pie as long as these soft Negroes speak up for us. These are pastors, man. He mean regentrification of the neighborhoods. When they come take the neighborhoods, they ain't coming in there building nothing. I know personally right here in South Dallas, there ain't one new brick over here unless it's a church. They're not doing anything for us. Give me Psalm 55:19. It's saying, man, that these guys speak up for us. They don't represent us. They represent the 2/3. Because they ain't speaking for me personally. They can move around with that garbage. Read that, the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 19. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, Selah, because they have no changes. See, they're not going to do no changes, man. It's the same political system that's going on here today, the same Jim Crow law, the same, everything is the same. They have no changes in them, man. It's the same political system that they have set up to keep us on bottom, and they stay on top. And I don't know what these Sambo coons have in mind, man. Read. Therefore, they fear not God. They don't fear God, man. They thinking this is going to continue forever. They thinking we're going to be on the bottom forever. And these soft Negroes, they walk in ashes, man. Give me that more than 50 right there. This dude speaking for Chicago, but he ain't talking about this. Play the video.
There's been an alarming surge of gun violence in America's third largest city, Chicago. More than 50 people have been shot in the past 7 days. At least 5 have died. Nikki Batiste has the latest.
Anyone from CPD that fired any rounds? Gun violence returned to the streets of Chicago, resulting in a week marked by tragedy and death. The recent warm weather may have played a role in the crime surge. After a frigid first 4 months of 2018, the city had seen a 22% drop in murders and a 26% decrease in shootings compared with the same period last year. But this week's gun violence seems to have put an end to safer streets. Since Saturday morning, bullets killed 2 men and wounded 16 others, including a 12-year-old boy. 28 people were shot since Friday, with more than 50 shootings this week. Law enforcement officers were not spared.
I need to escort your right now. And look when his officer gets shot. I'll show you how they go in the neighborhoods then.
Firearms was working undercover when he was shot in the face and was the most dangerous.
He was in there selling guns to them. See, the news is not going to tell you everything. That's what they do. They send their agents in there to make sure that they got guns and bullets. Because them young youth don't have no money to be buying guns and bullets. Play on.
Parts of the city.
I've ordered specialized units into the area.
See, I always got a Sambo standing up speaking on it, man. There's always one good nigga for it, man.
Officers are searching for suspects.
They came in through the door. A lot of agents.
But the focus on finding the person involved in the ATF agents' attack has infuriated some local residents. They say gunfire in their neighborhoods happens daily, but they don't see the same police response.
Just because you're wearing a badge, it matters more? How do you think that makes us feel?
Chicago police say they want to build relationships with residents in that neighborhood. More than $60,000 is being offered as a reward for any information leading to an arrest in the ATF agent's shooting. And Elaine, he is expected to make a full recovery.
See, this dude, he ain't going and speak about none of the killing that's going on in Chicago. He ain't go in there and say, Mr. President, what y'all gonna do about the killing in our neighborhoods? He in there talking about some garbage, man. As long as the black boule in that city can do good, he good. He ain't speaking for the lower part, the lower half of it, because he don't care anything about him. Continue playing Trump, man. See, look at it. I wouldn't trust that Negro nowhere. Here come another one.
Family from the worship center in Birmingham, Alabama. And I just want to continue to underscore what's already been said. Thank you for your heart for all people, but particularly your leadership on the issue of prison reform and workforce development. Those are two of the biggest issues facing Alabama.
These Negroes ain't saying nothing about jobs for their people. Doing anything about the deplorable school conditions, doing anything about the violence of the police on our nation, man. They're not. That's why they pick them, man, because they know they soft as baby crap, man. That's why they pick them. That's why they go up in there and speak. They're not speaking for us. They only speaking for that 4 or 5% that's doing good in the city. Play on, man.
A lot of the individuals that we spend a lot of time answering to are really hard hit in those areas of corporations. That's the biggest issue right now in Alabama. So thank you for your leadership on this issue. Thank you for being compassionate and caring about all people.
You heard this dude, man. Somebody should have drug him out that window, man, and beat the crap out of him. See, look at him.
For all that's been said, we're very grateful for your heart toward criminal justice reform.
They saying the same thing.
Very
positive. These niggas got a strip or something, man, if they don't win in there with, man. Ain't none of them saying anything about the problem that we have with the police shooting us with our hands up in there, man. That's why Christ got to come here and snatch all their necks out their sockets, man. They ain't none of them. Thank you. Man, this is sad. These are the men in our neighborhoods, man, that they're acting like all they doing is in there robbing the neighborhoods. You see, Granny, she can't look at this video. This is too hard for her. Them some thugs. No, the thugs are the one in there robbing you and they're sitting in line. Them the thugs right there. Effeminate thugs. Play on, man.
Alabama is a city that's known for unity and bringing people.
Pause it, man. This guy nigga here, man. Yeah, he said Alabama, man. All the racial problems in Alabama. Oh, I forgot he live over there with Massa. He ain't living over there where they get shot down in the streets where their neighborhoods get flooded with drugs. But play on, man.
Things have come out of that city, and it's just very encouraging that you have a heart to begin to bring people together, work across the aisle, and get things done. Many people on our team pray for you every single day.
You heard his things, man.
I appreciate it. Oh, thank you very much.
Mr. President, Philip Bigelow from Sacramento, California.
Where we at?
And don't give up on
I'm about to throw up on these. Look at him, man. All of them in them killer suits. That's enough, man. They're about to make me have to go to the restroom to throw up, man. I can't stand niggas like that, man. Give me first Maccabees 1:11, man. They all got the same thank you, Mr. President. We love you, Mr. President. Where you want us to kiss you at, Mr. President? How far you want me to stick my head where it don't shine, Mr. President? I'm just telling you the truth, man. These kind of niggas make me sick, man. When Christ gives an order, man, I won't hesitate to snatch all of them neck out at the same time, man.
That's right.
We should have, but they understand not speaking on no issues in our neighborhoods. Not one. They so busy thanking him. For what? For nothing, man. Donald Trump is the president of the Edomites. He's not the president of the Israelites. He understands who we are. Read on the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went out of Israel wicked men. All of them you see sitting up there are very wicked, man. Very effeminate.
A lot of them probably a lot of down low brothers too, man. That's how they get down in them churches. Why you always thinking the choir director's always soft and gay? Because he's probably messing with the pastor. That's how he got the job. Read on. Who persuaded many? See, they go in on Sunday and persuade, go vote. Vote for who? When have your vote ever counted? It never counted. Tonight, I'm thanking the Most High for the rain, because they out here talking about trick or treat tonight, man. See, they not saying nothing about these things. Read on. Saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathens. They say, let us go make a covenant with the heathens, man. Read. That are round about us. Read on. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. They believe in their enemies, man. But read. So this device pleased them well. This device was a plan, man, by the 2/3. A lot of them are sellouts, man. Your black carcass, where they at? Have you ever seen them? Do you even know who they are? No, we don't. Your congressmen, sellouts. They all sellouts. And a lot of our peoples love them. And they don't do nothing for our people. And a lot of them got their nose stuck up. Read. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathens. He gave them license to do after their treaty. This was back in the Greek time. They're still following that order. They know who to choose and who not to choose. What you think their school system is set up for? Just to keep tabs on us. They know everything about us in that school system. They know. Don't think that they don't. You think they not keeping records on us in them schools? They are. Your school is the first part of the penitentiary system. Knowing who they can trap, who they can trust. That's what it's set up for, man. Isaiah 28:14. Y'all better understand, I'm on the attack mode. I'm not attacking our nation. I'm attacking the 2/3, not the elect.
That's right.
Read that out, the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 14. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men. The Most High warning these leaders, call themselves so-called leaders of Israel. You got Al Twinkle Toe Sharpton. You got Sellout Jackson. Anytime something going on, they send their puppets in the neighborhood to kill it, put the fire out.
That's right.
See, they on the payroll. Just like the pastors, they on the payroll. When do you ever see them organize and do anything for their community? Sad. Read on. That ruled this people, which is in Jerusalem. So they ruled this people. They rule over us because they so-called speaking for us. When they're not speaking for us, they're speaking for that certain percentage that want to keep their power. That's why you see them on corrupt news network, CNN. There's some good stepping fetches on there, man. Don't think that when they speaking for you, they only hired on there to speak in a forked tongue. They're not on there representing you. They just on there to be a good talking. Speak like they're against what's going on. Never trust them. Read. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death. Because they have made a covenant with death. LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, all of them. Sellouts. Read on. And with hell are we at agreement. See, they're at agreement with this kingdom. Read. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. See, they figure like their money is going to get them back. Some people going to be beating the brakes off of them, man, when they get a chance. Once they wake up and see this stuff, just like YouTube, putting the brakes on our videos, we understand what goes on YouTube. I understand personally. See, if the whole thing is controlled by the fake Jews. So that's why it's very important for Israel to share these things, man. As many as you could, repost it on Facebook. continue taking these videos and sharing them, man. We have to do the groundwork. We're not in control of nothing. Read.
For we have made lies our refuge.
See, they made lies their refuge. Read on.
And under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Because you never see them. Why? Only time you see Twinkle Toe Jackson is when they pay him a little money, go down there and kill that Noah Jackson. Don't come back here unless it's killed. Give him a little TV show. He's not speaking for us. He's have a covenant with them. Give me Isaiah 5 and 13. It's said that we have no understanding of what they're doing to us. They all work hand in hand.
Read the book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity.
That's the only thing that Sand Hill was talking about. We are still in captivity. These are what you call the house Negroes. Their job is to keep the field Negroes in check. See, it's a game that's been played, and guess who's been played? It's on you, Israel. They see the bickering and the going on. They see G-Dash and G-Man. They don't block none of their videos. They get high, they video flourish. See, they're not speaking for Israel. They're speaking for the so-called white man. Read.
Because they have no knowledge.
They have no knowledge, man. The Most High can't use effeminate men. He can't use wicked spirit men. Read.
And their honorable men are banished.
Anybody you see, Louis Farrakhan, so-called white man. See, nobody want to talk about these things. How is he leading the nation of Islam? And he's the so-called Edomite. Somebody got to speak on these things, man. Somebody's got to stand up for Israel. Had the Million Man March and he robbed a million mans, didn't he? Because he ain't did nothing for our community but sell some bean pies. Read on.
And their multitude dried up with thirst.
Their multitude are dried up with thirst. They searching. Why? What's going on? Help me find this knowledge. And by y'all helping sharing this stuff, we get the word out before they shut Facebook down, before they shut YouTube down. Because they got that net neutral going on right now. They only limited you in your areas. Understand what the enemy is working, or how he's working. He always shooting up false flags to get your attention over here. Stay focused on the kingdom. Read.
Therefore, hell hath enlarged itself.
Captivity, man. Hell is a condition. They're not going in there speaking about our conditions. Read.
And open her mouth without pleasure.
Read on.
Without measure, sluggy. And their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp.
Their pride, man. Read.
And he that rejoiceth shall descend into it.
They're going to descend into these things later, man. It's a trap for the Israelites that want to continue following Cardi B. When I tell you Cardi B is a man, I'm telling you what the Most High put in my heart to tell you. And I'm talking about my mind. I'll do the research. A lot of y'all don't sit up like I do. My couch is wore out on the spot from sitting over there. A lot of y'all don't do the research. A lot of people don't have the books. And I'm going to tell you something. Israel has been good to me. I get a lot of books from a lot of people, man. They'll mail them to me. Because they know I go in there and read it and break it down. This is how the Most High is using me, because I know he's using Israel to send me stuff. I'm not asking for nothing. But that's just how it is. So don't be questioning something you have no knowledge of. When I tell people, what are the three main things that are destroying us? Music, television, and the church system. They don't want to hear about that. Levitation 2 and 16. They want to attack the messenger. But I'm gonna keep spitting it till I spit all up in Esau's face. Oh no, you shouldn't do that, man. We shouldn't be spitting. He's spitting all people's face.
That's right.
Weak men. Read that up, the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 16. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. All of them have spoken against us, man. You think they not watching Israelites? You thinking they not seeing all these pops, these sections, Israelites here, Israelites there? Why do you think they had that false synagogue shoot? To draw attention to them fake Jews over there. A bunch of retards, a bunch of rats, a bunch of bagel nose, man, a bunch of liars. They can't go in the Bible and prove nothing. They want to hold a conversation. Read on. They hiss and gnash their teeth. Read on. They say, we have swallowed her up. We have swallowed her up, man. We use their people to use against them. Because that's what your entertainment, your basketball, your football, your comedy shows, your movies. They use our own people to help swallow us up. Read. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. They looked for this day. Read on. We have found, we have seen it. Read on. The Lord has done that which he has devised. The Most High did it. Read. He has fulfilled his word that he has committed in the days of old. That he had commanded in the days of old when he said Deuteronomy. They always try to say Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy only fit the Israelites. Not the rats over in Israel, man. Because all they practice is homosexuality. Read on. He hath thrown down and hath not pity. And he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. So he caused our enemies. Right now, they've been celebrating for years, man. But their time is short. That's why they in the high level of deceptions right now. Read on. He hath set up the horn of thine adversary. He set these kings up, man. He set these nations up over us. But there's a time. Give me Jeremiah 3:21. Their time is coming to an end. And I'm not sharing no kingdom with no Edomites.
That's right.
So they can get on with that garbage, man. Some of these camps that got them Edomites in their schools, they can get on with that. You're not going to the kingdom with Edomites up in there, man. So if you're married to Becky, you better get a divorce. If you're married to Bob, get a divorce. Read up the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 21. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplication of the children of Israel. Man, we praying because we weeping. We catching hell down here. We calling for our God to come here and avenge us against the wickedness and the abomination that's going on here. Read on. For they have perverted their way and have forgotten the Lord their God. See them little Uncle Tom, man, Uncle Fester sitting up there, man. They don't care nothing about the God of Israel. Only God they want is that Cedric Bourdieu. Read. Return, ye backsliding children. Some of them pastors can return, man, and make it to the kingdom. But I want our voice to be heard. That's why I speak hard against them. Read. And I will heal your backsliding. And he can heal you. Read on. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the Lord our God. Our Lord God. Read on. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for. Truly in vain, man. Read. From the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. It's only for Israel, man. Read. For shame hath devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth. See, some of them still walking around here with their head down. Read. Their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. Read on. We lie down in our shame. See, that's what they want us to continue doing, man. Be a good nigga, walk off. This is master coming, get off the sidewalk, let master pass through. Master coming, open the door for master. I don't open the door for no Edomites. They do it to us. See, it's a problem. We step up and say what we're going to do. But as long as they doing it, it's okay. I wouldn't care if she 99 or old Edomite wrinkled lady. She could be 99 years old, walking with 8 canes. She won't get that door open for us. That's right. Read on. And our confusion covereth us. See, and this confusion is covered us. Read. For we have said, we have what? For we have said, read, against the Lord our God. Read on. We and our fathers, from our youth even until this day, read, and we have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our God. That's what's wrong with Israel, man.
We don't want to obey what's in this Bible. We want to do everything else, man. We want to be like them. Because they're wicked as hell, we want to be wicked just like them. There's nothing good about the so-called white man. You might see him hanging out with him. He got a few dollars. You just want to hang out with him because you think he's going to give you a few. You just a good token for it. You basically his jester. Some people just don't get it, man. They don't care nothing about us. Name me one white man, so-called white man, have taken a knee in the NFL. And we know that's garbage too. Name me one have spoke up. Well, there's some. No, there's none. So, Israel, y'all need to be speaking up against these pastors, man. Some of y'all should be standing outside the congregation with a bullhorn. All you gonna upset is Granny. Granny gonna get her wig cut off soon. And on that note, shalom.
Shalom.